Protests have erupted in countries across South Asia in response to recent horrifying cases of sexual violence that have been badly mishandled by governments. From Afghanistan to Bangladesh, to India and the Maldives, to Nepal, Pakistan and Sri Lanka, there is remarkable agreement across the region amongst experts on sexual violence about what needs to change.
If you overlay gender with the location of the victim survivor woman through her caste, working class women, women who are from the religious minority, she finds it almost impossible to access justice because overlaid with all the structural and systemic hurdles is institutional bias.
When somebody is speaking about their experience, there are people in the community who would go and bully them, make them believe that it's their fault.
When she's trying to push her complaint forward, we see that at the police station, even there, the pressure to withdraw or to go silent.
The judges still consider a victim as a criminal, and they ask a lot of the questions that's against the human dignities.
It's not only that the police registers the case, you then have to go to the court, which might take years and years. That's why most of the people, they either do not report or the cases are resolved outside the court.
At the village level, where we have an informal justice system, one of the most common ways of resolving rape cases there is by deciding that let's marry off the victim survivor to the rapist.
Women do not want to make complaints and seek redress because of the socio-cultural pressures. But what this does, it also causes great trauma.
As a human rights activist, I'm not a favor in the death penalty.
Just a few years ago, a child was raped and murdered, and her convicted rapist and murderer was given the death penalty. But that has not stopped other cases of child abuse or sexual violence.
Since it is a severe form of punishment for any and all type of rape, it will reduce conviction rate across the board.
When our justice system is not so strong, a death penalty sentence may actually result in the death of an innocent person.
Death penalty is not a deterrent for any crime, including sexual violence. It lets the state off the hook from doing the work that the state needs to do in order to ensure that women and girls live free lives in this country.
One thing that we have been advocating for and fighting for is comprehensive sexuality education to be made mandatory in all our schools.
We do have laws and we do have certain procedures. What is necessary is that they are implemented.
We do need more health services geared towards survivors. We need the legal services. We need the police to be sensitized. Hence, it's not a short-term project, as it were, but something that requires long-term change to tackle the problem.